just me and my shadow strolling down the avenue. Just me and my shadow. Not a soul can bust this team in two. We're stuck together like glue. Apparently he doesn't agree.
I don't have anything planned or prepared this week. I'm just going to speak from here this week. I didn't rehearse, so I've done this several times, so hopefully this one's the charm, and then I'll get through it. I know what I want to say, so I'm just going to say it no matter how hard it might be. I mean, if I wait till I'm ready, you may forget who Shadow is by then. And I wanted to kind of bring you some sort of closure on this, and hopefully at the same time, myself. He's home now. This is Shadow now. This is my life with Shadow now. He's a lot lighter. I mean, I made a video for my sister and for a rat, so I owe Shadow something, and I can't seem to move on until I do, so here goes nothing. I mean, maybe you've never experienced a love like I've had with Shadow. Maybe you are experiencing it right now and you don't really know how it ends or what it's going to feel like. Maybe this can help you make the right decision for you and, more importantly, for your pet. I don't know. Maybe you knew Shadow. If he didn't intimidate you or traumatize you, maybe you fell in love with him like I did. And maybe you just want to know what happened to him. Why I'm not making any more birthday videos for him like I said I would. I can't do it any other way. I can't be explaining it multiple times. And he was very much a part of my life, you know. He was a part of the plot of this whole Get Bent thing. He was the focus of my very first music video. But, you know, at the very least, I need to address why he's not here. This video was hard, but I don't want it to be sad. I mean, he only made me sad at the very beginning. My time with him was more than I could have ever asked for or hoped for. He's changed my life. I want to make a good video for him. So, in doing so, I actually found something for you. I posted a picture of me and Shadow when he died, and I totally forgot that there was a video segment also that went with it, because I'm always moving videos around. Clips go on my hard drive and I delete them off my phone, so I totally forgot about this until I was looking around and I found it. It was such a surprise. You might recognize it.
See, he's not just nice to me when it's his birthday. Look at this. And he snores. I kissed him on the head. He squawked at me and left. It's more like it.
I think he's all tuckered out. Mr. Buddy. Are you stunned?
I have a whole bunch of evidence that proves that they actually really were really good friends, but I never caught any of it on camera. I was probably, watching them play or watching them spend time together. I wasn't thinking of filming them. But Shadow was prickly, so it was always minimal anyway. It's no secret that me and Shadow didn't always get along, and I talked about it in the last video about him a lot. And I mean, it's only been in the last few years that me and him have become close. And before that, it looked often pretty much something like this.
Speak, Mr. Shadow.
You speak? Oh, yes, you do speak, Mr. Hello. Hello. Hello, buddy. Hello. Hello. Oh. This is your true nature coming out now, you little bitch.
I also wanted to show you how sneaky he could be sometimes. It's always had to be his way, as much as possible.
Alright, come on. I'm trying to make the bed. Come on. Get. Mr. Shadow. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, I know you don't want to. Come on. Mr. Shadow. Come on. I know it's hard. Hey, keep going. Go on. Not back here. Get off the bed. Come on, Mr. Kitty. Come on. Shadow. Bye. Stubborn little shit.
Go away. I'm busy.
There's something I didn't tell you. When I was filming last year, the Shadow video, that thing with him and me on the couch, that was actually a new thing at the time. And I had no idea how special it would become to me. So this is one of the first times he did it, and so of course, I was so stunned I grabbed my camera.
Hello. Did you come up for a visit? Did you come up for a visit? You did, my good kitty. You're up awful close. You want a kissy? You want a kissy? Oh, booty boo boo. Oh, goddamn. This is my space. You're in my space. And you don't give a shit.
Before long, we were inseparable couch buddies. For about 20-minute increments. Then he'd get bored of me.
This is what he does. Mr. Shadow, what are you doing, huh? Are you hiding from the world?
It's like having a baby.
Isn't it, Mr. Shadow? Oh, he's leaving. Oh, he left.
The couch will never be the same. Another thing that will never be the same is Christmas. Shadow loved Christmas. It wasn't just the baking either, although he was there. He was my baking buddy. He was there all the time, but he was there every Christmas morning, everyone. I mean, all that paper. And not only that, but he got stuff.
Look. My cats love each other so much they give each other gifts. Look, this is to my cat Shadowy, who's right there. Mr. Shadow. Hi. Merry Christmas. This is yours. Shadowy.
That's him, enjoying his special gift from Fritz. Every year. Now, this next outtake I have was, it also ties into Christmas a little bit. It's actually New Year's. It's from one of my first videos. It's an outtake. It is actually an outtake. And it is a pretty popular video that I did way back when. You might remember it, but I just, not only did I not know how to splice videos together at that time, I just couldn't use this one.
I should get a video of you, eh, Mr. Kitty? You see you? Look. Mr. Shadow. Meow. Oh. Did you answer? Good boy, huh? Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, she's a good boy. Meow. Such a fucking cunt.
Shadow got really sick just before Christmas for a few weeks last year. We didn't know what was wrong. We know more now about what might have happened, but we didn't know at the time. It was just a few weeks of him not really moving. His legs, we thought it was his legs. He was eating and drinking okay, but it just wasn't himself. But he got better for Christmas, and then we had a good Christmas with him. I even though remember saying that I don't know if he's going to see another Christmas tree. But so we tried to make the most of the time that we had. He had a little flare-up again in March. It only lasted a couple days. Everything seemed okay until Sunday, June 16th. I was supposed to make a video on the Saturday, but I didn't end up doing it that day because things were a little tense around here. I ended up doing it on the Sunday and Monday as distraction kind of thing when he was for my sick cat. But I'm kind of glad it happened that way, not only for that reason, but because it allowed me to be able to spend his last good day with him, because I spent a lot of time with him that day. Because that's what we did when things were tense around here, or when I didn't feel like I had anywhere else to turn. I had my cat. That was Shadow's thing. He loved being that guy for me, that rock, that anchor. And maybe I shouldn't have hitched my anchor to something so fleeting and knowing it would be temporary, but I did. I couldn't help it. So Sunday he got sick, Sunday, June 16th. He started wheezing under the table. We didn't know why. It just seemed like he was snoring at first, because it went away when he looked over at me. But then we went to my dad's for Father's Day for a few hours and came home, and he was bad again. And he was still wheezing. So we were a little worried, taking a wait-and-see approach again. Next morning, he was worse. I started to notice that he was opening his mouth to breathe. We tried to help him in a lot of ways, not least of which spending as much time with him as we could, sitting with him and checking on him, making sure that he was comfortable. And I noticed during one of these times that he hadn't eaten or, actually, let me say this first. He hadn't eaten or drank anything for a day, and that's when we called the vet, because that's a whole day and he's sick and he's not getting anything. And then I noticed him trying to get a drink of water, but he just couldn't seem to bend his head to the bowl and take any, so he just left. I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to let him starve or dehydrate to death when I can help him. So I started lifting his bowl up to his face to help him drink, and he did. So it wasn't like he was just giving up. You know that when they don't eat or drink anything, it's kind of their time to go. But when I helped him, he drank it. So I just kept, every time I could think of it, I gave him some water. And I come to find out that that was probably what was keeping him alive. My partner had the idea to help him by going to take him up to the shower in the steam and steaming the bathroom up for him. And it seemed to help, except the last time in the night I noticed we did it, that blood started to come out of his nose, and his nose was totally blocked up. He was totally dehydrated. And so that ended up being his last night. We normally lock the cats in the basement every night because so they didn't destroy everything. But something happened that last night. Shadow had taken to putting himself to bed every night for the last several months, and was already down there usually by the time it was time to go to bed. And so I collected Fritz and put him down, and when I went down to say goodnight to Shadow and sat with him for a few minutes, of course. By the time I was finished, Fritz had taken off again. So I had to go collect him again, and when I went to bring him down the second time, Shadow was making his way up the basement stairs. Shadow, who hadn't hardly moved for 2 days, was coming up the stairs on his own. So I didn't have the heart to keep him down there. I knew he didn't want to be down there, so I left the basement door open for them. It's been open ever since. Sometime in the night, just before I fell asleep, I heard him thumping up the second flight of stairs to go into the bathroom. I think that he was going in for another steam. I think he was waiting for another steam because he knew, he seemed to feel better after them, and I think he knew that. Sometime in the night, he had taken himself back down to the kitchen table where he had been staying, and he was worse than ever. And that last day was really hard. It was really difficult. He wasn't really drinking the water anymore. He was trying, but he just wasn't getting very much. And then it was time to take him. And I was going back up the stairs, and this cat, he followed me. He took every last ounce of his strength to follow me up the stairs. And when I saw him doing it, I just couldn't, I didn't have the heart to not. I didn't know he was not coming back. I just thought he was sick and we're taking him to the vet. I told him several times, we're just going to take you to get checked out. You'll be home soon. I lied to him. And of course I have guilt about that, but I know it's silly. But at the same time, when I saw him going up those stairs, I knew he was a fighter, and he was fighting, and he didn't want to go. And I just wanted him to do what he wanted to do.
Come on.
That was the last time I saw him go up the stairs. It haunts me because he actually had the energy. It tricks you. You think, oh, he had enough energy. Maybe he wasn't ready to go, but you haven't heard what happened next. He took himself in the bathroom. That's what he was doing. Came up the stairs to go in the bathroom for another steam. So that's what he got before he left. We made the time to give him one last little steam bath. And I told him, I kissed him, and I told him he was coming back soon. We'll just see what's wrong with you, and we'll get it fixed. And then I never saw him in my house again. I stayed home to do a job search seminar. It was planned well in advance, and we didn't know he was dying, so I stayed home to do it while he got checked out. When it was about halfway through, my partner came home and told me. And I lost it. I lost it like I've never lost it. I lost it like Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment. I couldn't grasp what I was hearing. So Shadow had cancer. Shadow had a tumor on the left side of his gum line that had swollen up so big in 2 days. She said they can happen really quick like that. And it had exploded. And he was slowly dying. It was dying in front of our eyes. There was just nothing that could be done. There was blood and pus apparently. I'm glad I didn't see it, but that's why he couldn't breathe. That's why he couldn't drink. That's why he couldn't live. There was just nothing to do. There's nothing could be done but one thing. So we got in the car, and it was just torture. I tell you, it was torture. Just on top of everything, I just had this song playing in a loop over and over in my head, over and over and over, all the way there.
You are 16, going on 17. You are 16, going on 17. You are 16, going on 17.
So we got there. If anyone who's been through it knows how surreal it is. And she brought him in, and he looked like his old self. Of course he did. He's just so happy to see us. But the minute that the woman left and he went on the ground, you knew it was time to go. I didn't think I could look at him. I said, I can't. I want to be here, but I can't. I've done this once before, and I can't do it. But we just sat there for a while with him and said our goodbyes. I was crying the whole time. I tried to sniff him, hold him, touch him one last time. And then she came in, and she administered the drug. And he got a sudden jolt of life, and he went to lunge at her with this, "What the fuck did you just do?" look that I know so well. At her. And then he just sank back on the floor. And I was with him, in front of him. The last thing he saw was me. My partner was there too, but I was with him, right there with him, beside him. And I did. I watched him die. I didn't think I could, but I needed to do it for him. I needed to be there for him. I needed to experience everything I could with him until I couldn't anymore. And then just like that, he was gone.
Lucy, hello.
You all know strength. Be strength and believe me. It's so much fun. Did again. How did you get past all our security?
Evelyn, I taught you everything you know, not everything I know.
This could go on forever.
Unfortunately, it couldn't last forever. He had to go. And he took all of his magic with him.
What you doing?
Oh, all done. Now it's just a box. I've come to terms with all of it. I know all the reasons that he had to go. I know there's nothing that I could have done. I know there's nothing that we could have done differently. I know that we're not responsible for his death. I have all those answers, and I have accepted everything except one thing I just can't get past. And I can talk to I'm blue in the face about how much he meant to me and how much he changed my life, how much I've learned from him, and how much I'm going to be a better person. And I am a better person just because I knew that cat and loved that cat, and he loved me. And it doesn't matter. I could talk. Nothing will change how I feel inside. And I just can't get over the fact that he's not here. I'll never see him again. He's here, but he's not here. I'm never gonna see him. I'm never gonna smell his little baby fur. I'm never gonna hold him and feel him on his heart beating on my chest. It can't. It's in there now. He's just not here.
Was it good? Was it good? One another? One another?
It's just not the same. His fur's still in the carpet. You've reached the end. Are you just gonna follow me around? Oh, no. What you doing, huh? Shadow? 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 He's gone. Oh, Shadow, where are you? I still need you.
It's your kitty. Hello. Hello.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Shall you be like?
Mhm.
You can't run.